Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. There's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Another day, another Young Thug piece of audio hits the internet. Few people took exception to me calling these leak calls. And yes, you guys are right. I mean, they aren't exactly leaked. These jail calls can be easily accessed by the public if you know where to look in the interrogation tape. So, but the manner in which they're being rolled out onto the internet does feel like a leak. Feels like, let's just say, I think what we can agree on is whoever is doing this is not Thug's friend. That's for sure. So today there was audio of Thug on the phone on the jail phone discussing his 2023 album Business is Business and the potential Kendrick Lamar feature on a track called With the Racks when Kendrick Lamar didn't do the feature, and you're gonna hear part of Thug's frustration. He doesn't know that yet on the call, but I don't know, feels like he's probably feeling like Kendrick's not going to do the feature. He's hoping he will, but he got some things to say, and we're gonna go through it, man. I'm gonna play the whole call, but the song With the Racks did come out and ended up featuring 21 Savage, Travis Scott, and Yak Gotti. Um, let's just get into it. I'm gonna play this call and I'll do my commentary. But please like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, comment, like, share, do all of that, man. Helps the channel out, man. I'm trying to help this channel grow. We got a lot of videos coming this week. I appreciate the support. All right. So boom. We'll get into it right now.
The Racks with Kendrick. Future versus Bag. Say again?
I hope he do it.
So do I. I mean, well, even if you don't...
He don't take no money, do he?
No.
So you see right now with the Racks and Doug says, I hope he do it. Then he asks his man, well, he don't take no money, do he? And Kendrick is just at that level. I don't think any of the guys at that level. Kendrick, I don't think Cole, I don't even think like Drake, like is not for the money. I don't know that there's an amount of a dollar amount you could pay them to do a feature. They gotta want to do it. They gotta be moved artistically. And then they also have a lot of stuff going on, right? When you kind of that type of superstar in the game. So it also has to align with their schedule.
He wouldn't do that. But think about it. He does so few verses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just doing verses. Like,
right. But that's what
the only other person that gets a Kendrick versus King is Baby King, and that's just like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Right. Getting all the damn verses to this nigga, man. What the heck you doing, crazy? All that fake, I ain't getting no rapper song shit. I don't be liking them type nigga like that.
Why?
So he mad, he's frustrated saying that Keem's getting all the verses. Yes, Keem and Kendrick are related. Keem is signed to PG Lane. He is signed to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick is in business with Keem, and I think they create together. And I think they're probably inspired by each other for sure. And they get in the studio and they create some stuff. Why wouldn't Keem get verses?
You nigga get too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like you ain't like goddamn Street calling you for a song. Like
yeah.
You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song. Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1, 2. Fuck you thinking?
So Thug, starts becoming an ego thing. Why would you want to do a song for me or for Durk or for whoever? We lit, we go number 1, 2. Which is true. Thug, they can go number 1. Durk can go number 1 for sure. But again, gotta be moved to do a feature. You know what I'm saying? There's also a different tier between Thug because I obviously, well, let's be fair. He's in jail at this point, facing a RICO, on trial. So things feel a little more important. Like he's stressing it, but it's like, yo, you need the feature. Kendrick doesn't seem to need it. You seem to need it. And when you need something from somebody, like you got to operate on their time, they schedule, they get the call the shots. You're not entitled to it, but let's keep listening to the call.
It's just like I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right.
Supposed to be somebody who blesses somebody. That's why they'll never be bigger than Drake ever in life. The interesting thing about this, again, Business is Business came out in 2023 in June. So I'm assuming that this call happened before that, but still in 2023. So this is before First Person Shooter comes out. This is before Like That. This has nothing to do with the battle, but look at how he's talking behind the scenes, already comparing him to Drake and who's bigger. That's why he'll never be bigger than Drake. Um, because he doesn't bless anybody. Him and Drake are different artists, man. Drake, again, and that comes up in Not Like Us. I'm not even gonna rehash that, but the whole Drake's connection to Atlanta, at least from Kendrick's perspective, is a reason. Like, you know, Kendrick says, and I'm assuming he hadn't heard this call maybe until recently, if he's heard it at all, but I'm assuming if he's heard it when it leaked, when the rest of us heard it. But Thug is saying, yo, you don't bless nobody. Kendrick is saying to Drake, oh, you only go to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Like you need something from those, you need that type of validation. So it's just interesting. Like Thug doesn't know that at the time. He doesn't know Kendrick doesn't say that. Kendrick hadn't formulated the rhymes, but it's just interesting how it's positioned. Like, oh, you'll never be bigger than Drake because you don't bless anybody. The main point I think I take away from this is that the Drake Kendrick comparisons, competition thing has been going on for years and years and years. It didn't come out the blue. And I think there's a lot of conversations like this within the industry behind the scenes. This is just one that we're hearing where the two are kind of being pitted against each other. I just think that's been the energy for a long time.
We're gonna do it right. Butter fucking with everybody. You know how many nigga like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of butter? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on, nigga. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on, though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Because the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
So Kendrick don't put nobody on, and that's the narrative. I mean, people are gonna argue that. I'm not here to argue against anybody's opinion, but hey, Keem won a Grammy. Keem is a Grammy Award winning artist. Keem Couture. Keem's next album is very anticipated. J-Rock won a Grammy. Kendrick then you remember when TDE first started, Kendrick was J-Rock's hype man. You heard the Heart Part 6, Kendrick's The Heart Part 6. He tells the story. And Kendrick blew up bigger than everybody out of Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, J-Rock. He's the one that took off. Came back, did King's Dead off the Black Panther soundtrack with J-Rock, and J-Rock got a Grammy. But then think about all the artists that was on the Black Panther soundtrack. A lot of collaborations on there. Kodak Black was on Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, Blast. And this is before GNX or all the new rappers that appeared on GNX. So I mean, people are going to argue it either way. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I think if you're comparing it to Drake, which Doug was comparing it to Drake does way more collaborations, and a lot of people benefit a lot in mass from that Drake collaboration, right? The Block Boy JBs of the world, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. The Lil Babies of the world, very early in his career, things like that. Kendrick is not doing it in that amount, but to sit here and say that Kendrick hadn't put nobody on, or Kendrick doesn't bless anybody, I don't think that's entirely true either.
Right.
Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing, nigga. You ain't help nobody, nigga. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. Keem love hell, man. He can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out. Like, man, watch out. I truly believe you do a song with me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending, like, cause it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real players and cool bitches, lit bitches, and players and shit like that fucking with you. Them type of people ain't fucking with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro.
East Coast ain't fucking with you. He's talking about all the people that will fuck with Kendrick if he did songs with the likes of Savage, and I think he said Savage, but he said himself. He said Wham, Lil Baby. He said Moneybag Yo. Again, this is 2023, so we don't we have no idea. Nobody knows what the hell is coming. Nobody knows how big this is gonna explode. But Kendrick just did a worldwide stadium tour. I think plenty of people fuck with Kendrick. Now, people will argue again: is it the streets? Is it the this? Is it the that? I don't know that Kendrick is concerned of, and the streets do fuck with him. I think the streets do fuck with him. I think the East Coast fucks with him. Um, but yeah, maybe not the same people who fuck with Thug. It might be a different fan base for sure. But what I'm saying is I don't know that Kendrick is concerned with that. I think Kendrick is plenty happy with the fan base that he has. But again, this is 2023, right? The conversation in a lot of ways, better or worse, will be a lot different in 2025. So there's 2023 audio.
You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody? You ain't gonna bless nobody? Bullshit ass king? Like, but it's like, what the hell is you doing? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, Dirt. Savvy, you supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, hey, man, I want y'all young niggas on my album. I'm on some.
I mean, that just sounds like you're supposed to be fucking with us. Again, Kodak was on the last album, and he caught shit for having Kodak on the last album. Blast was this is the Mr. Morale joint. And he hadn't dropped an album years before that, but then New Freezer with Rich the Kid, that's a big record. It's a huge record. Again, he don't do it. Kendrick is not dropping the amount of music that a lot of these other guys are dropping. But this to me sounds like entitlement. But let's be real, he's locked up, he's facing Rico. You can hear the desperation. I can't talk to somebody's mindset. I don't know what it's like to be facing what Thug was facing. You know what I'm saying? But this definitely sound like some entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit. Like, come on, man, god damn. I don't know though. These niggas be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully he do the song though. If he don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
We'll still be good.
Hopefully he'll do the song though. All of that, but hopefully he do the song though. And if not, his man says we'll still be good.
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive.
Yeah.
Post my album cover or something, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures, 6 years shit, man. Watch out. Nigga don't care about all that shit, man. Nobody don't give no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, that motherfucker gonna do 1 million or 2 million likes. You can get out in the next 16 years. You not finna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like, oh, I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? What they do? What they do? Instagram is meant for pictures, man. Post your picture, bro.
And so now it turns into, oh, he don't post no pictures. He's not on Instagram. He don't use the Instagram to show love. So
just delete your Instagram.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's the rarity though, but man, have fun with it.
So there that go. That's the audio. I will say, and it's not, no pun intended. It's not to shoot Thug no bail because you hear these tapes. He's talking wild, and I'm only talking about the ones that had something to do with music. So the last video I did is where he was talking about helping Gunna, paying for Gunna to get the #1 album over weekend. That was music related. I'm not here to say, there's the argument about snitching and who's a snitch and who's not a snitch. And I don't want to get into all that. There's plenty of channels that get into all of that. But I'm gonna get into the music thing. But so it's not to shoot him no bail per se, but man, he was facing a lot, man. He was under a lot of pressure. Are those his real feelings? Or are those the pressure that you facing? Hey, he might have thought that he might have not never got out. Because first of all, like, he had to know these calls was being recorded. He had to know these calls were being recorded. And if you just thinking 10 steps ahead, you be like, damn, they might make their way on the internet. One, because they're public information, but if you don't know that, But two, it's like, man, if you feel like, damn, the DA in Georgia and they got it out for me, like they might try to ruin me even if I beat this or whatever. You know, you gotta watch what you say. But you heard the calls. He was just talking very freely throughout the whole thing. So I mean, maybe he thought he was never gonna come out. I don't know. Um, but it's still it still don't make him right. It still don't make what he said what he says right. Like Kendrick doesn't owe anybody nobody owes anybody anything. Let's get to that. Let's take it outside of Kendrick. Like, I mean, this the music business. If we ain't come up together, you know what do I owe you? I wasn't part of your crew. I didn't get you down in trouble. And then Kendrick might not even feel like that. You don't know why Kendrick didn't do the verse. You know, it could have been he wasn't feeling the song. And I don't do that many features, so I'm not gonna get on something just to get on it because I'm not feeling it. I gotta protect myself first. You know, I gotta protect my artistry first. You gotta respect that. He might not just have been feeling the song. He might not have had time. He might have been working on his own album and been like, nah, man, I gotta get this, or you know, taking care of his family or doing there's 100 reasons why. But you know, nobody owes anybody anything. Um, but this was just interesting, man. Yeah, man. I don't really know. I don't know if there's a response to this, but you know, it is funny to think about this. If you think about this again, 2023, and then think about what Kendrick said on Not Like Us, it's all interesting to see how people felt, how people were moving, and what the fallout from this would be. But you know, um, I don't know when these thug calls are gonna end though. I don't know when they're gonna end. I don't know what else we're gonna hear. But if it's music related, man, we're gonna talk about it for sure. Appreciate all y'all. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. And man, we got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna come back. I don't want to foreshadow what I'm gonna talk about because I do that sometimes. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna do a video on this and then I don't get to it. Then the news becomes old and I move on. But I got a couple of topics I want to hit y'all back. So keep an eye on this channel, subscribe to this channel, turn your notifications on. We got a lot to talk about this week. All right. Peace. I don't know why I gotta stop those balloons from coming up every time.